I'm gonna choose a safe answer.
All right.
More education, more development. Yeah,
Okay.
for like within our family, I think. Yeah, just a different approach.
All right. All right. Respect that. Respect that. That's the safest answer.
Yeah.
What is the greatest accomplishment of your life
Oh
to
my
date?
God. Today, I think being able to almost travel to 50 countries before the age of 30, like I'm 25 now. And I think
Wow.
it's crazy that as a Black African immigrant, to have almost visited 50 countries is an underrated accomplishment.
That's wild.
And to do it without being rich, I think says a lot about
Yeah.
what's what's possible.
Yeah.
So that probably is my greatest accomplishment.
I feel like it says a lot about what's possible, but it says a lot about yourself, like the willingness just to do it. Because I feel like a lot of people will be like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
African, I can't go nowhere.
It's really harder than it seems. Like
Yeah.
it looks fun and all that, but like the prep work and the mental toll it takes on you to get to these places and
Yeah.
the kind of things you need to go through, it's a lot, but it is worth it. Yeah.
It's amazing. 25. What was I doing? Never mind. What do you value most in a friendship?
In a friendship, I value loyalty and someone I can count on. And this is something I struggle in Vancouver because I don't think I have that. I don't know if I can trust enough people who I can really be like, when I really need you, I need you to be able to have my back. That's what I value the most.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. I feel like when I was back home, I had friends where I knew like that's my boy. Like I don't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
It's like
Where they always got you, you know.
Yeah.
Like you start a new project, they're like, I got you. You need help, they got you.
yeah, and I feel like that's the African thing though, because
It
in
really
Africa
is.
it's like people just like, can you do? Yeah, I can do it.
Mhm.
Are you sure you can do it? Yo.
Yeah. They want to help you first,
Yeah.
ask questions later, you know. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be about, oh, well, what do I get out of it? It's more like, how can I help you and how can we help each other, like grow together? So,
Yeah, we'll figure it out once we do it. All right. And the next question is, what does friendship mean to you?
I feel like this is like right off of the last question.
Yeah.
Friendship means someone that I can really like build with, someone that I can move forward in life together, almost like a partnership, you know. When I'm down, you got me, and we can like lift each other up. When I am pursuing a passion or I need someone to just like push me to be better, do better,
Yeah.
I need the friend to be there to push me to do better, be better, because that's what I'm going to be doing for them, you know. Yeah, bring me good vibes, but also help me be better. Call me out when I am not where I need to be in life. When I do something wrong, call me out.
Nice.
That's a friendship right there.
Hey yo, Ilias friends, call him out. I know
Call me out.
you've been holding on.
I need friends. I genuinely need friends.
What do you mean you don't have friends? You work in a world whereby you're surrounded. Okay, fine, by a lot of people.
I need more friends here. I think that's a better question. I have friends, but I need friends in Vancouver that I can really like lock in and be like, you are in my community.
Yeah.
I will take care of you, but I also need to feel like they'll take care of me. And like, I feel like there's a disconnect there with Vancouver.
Yeah, that's interesting. I did a podcast about community, and the guy was just talking about like it's crazy how in Vancouver we're so divided, but then it's like everybody feels it, and then I'm like, how do we connect? Because it's like everybody's seeking that connection, right? But for some reason we still remain divided.
I think some of these people are actually frauds. Some of them will say they're seeking it, but they're really not. Like if you're really seeking it, you're gonna do something about it. So if everyone can't be on the same page, someone's lying.
Yeah.
Somebody's lying.
So I'm like, it's pretty wild. Like I'll walk out, I don't even know my neighbors' names. I'm like, damn.
For real.
Like you can be my neighbor and I see you in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know you.
It's crazy how many people like don't care as well. It's like, I can't believe like you didn't care. Like you'll do something for someone, they still won't really care that much about you, and it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's the culture, man. It's the culture.
It's wild though. But I'm like, I can't be the only one who feels weird. Because I'm like, when I'm looking at my neighbor, I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're wondering what my name is. Because I'm wondering what your name is. But I'll just pass by.
At least like learning about their backstory. Like, who is this human? Like, what are they about?
It's wild.
Yeah.
All right. What's something people seem to misunderstand about you?
Me.
Yeah.
People misunderstand me.
You in general?
Me, myself. That's something I feel like I've struggled with for a while, especially the first few years when I was trying to decide who I was and find my own identity. I didn't have one. And then before the pandemic, I started getting one, and it was like all about travel. And then during the pandemic and afterwards, I was like, oh my God, who am I? But also the way people perceive me. Because I'm a weird dude. I'm
Yeah.
different. I'm odd. I don't do things the way other people do. So no one really understands me, and people often don't take the time to try to understand me.
Yeah.
And I think that creates like a separation where there's all that disconnect, and people just assume things.
Yeah.
It's like, just get to know me genuinely, like sit down and talk to me. I'll tell you whatever you need to know, kind of thing, right?
Take your time before you judge me.
Mhm.
Song. I don't know. I'm forgetting. It's a T.I. song. If you could turn back time and talk to 18-year-old, if you could turn back time and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell him?
This is honestly one of the most important questions that changed my whole life.
Mhm.
Because when I was 18, life was not fun.
Yeah.
That's the year that I lost the most and decided to turn my life upside down. So if I was 18 back, like knowing what is happening now, I would have said, stop, don't do it, leave, omit, abort, mission before the mission even started. Because I wasted like almost 2 years of my life because of the decision I made. And it was all related to post-secondary education, which I have an opinion on.
Yeah.
And it was just big regrets, lost a lot of money. It wasn't great. I did things for other people rather than for myself. And it cost me. Yeah.
What do you mean? You didn't want to go to college, or you wanted to go to college? Which is which? Where do you stand?
I thought I wanted to go to college, but I didn't really want to. I didn't feel the need. For me, I like logic. I like doing things that make sense for myself. And it wasn't making sense for me. It wasn't me. I didn't know exactly what I wanted and which direction I was going to go with it. I was way too young to be making this decision. I should have just chose the travel route from the beginning, because it would have brought me probably where I am today, but years earlier.
Yeah.
So, and I would have had more money. So I think
All right.
it was a mistake.
I get that. What is the best compliment you have ever received? We've been to 50 countries. I'm pretty sure you have 50 compliments.
I actually don't receive many compliments. So this doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
I think there's two that stayed in my head.
Mm.
There's someone who I think they complimented me on me as a being, like me as internally. They're like, you are like a really like, I don't know what they said, but they were like, basically they were telling me that I had a great soul. Like I had a great personality or whatever. And then there was another person, this guy, I don't know why I remember this compliment, but I thought it was so funny. He like stared at me, especially when a man compliments you. He stared at me and he's like, you are beautiful. And I was like, what? Excuse me? Hold up. Pause. We need to leave this room right now. He said that and like all of me dropped. Everything. I was like, I don't even know what to do with myself right now. And he was so serious. This was like around many people. So that's one way to make a man feel uncomfortable. Call him, stare him in the face and just call him beautiful. And like mean it at 100%.
Yeah.
And so those are the two things that I was like, wow. Because I think he meant not even just physically. He was just like, you're a beautiful human, like, genuinely. And I was like, it's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, how do I come back from that? So
yeah. Well, yeah, I keep telling ladies, if you're listening to this podcast, if you ever want to shoot your shot at any man, compliment them. Because most guys don't even know what to do after that.
Genuinely don't know
like,
what to do.
Oh, wait, what? Like, I know a girl who came to me, she's like, I like your shoes. I'm wearing shoes. Shit.
These ones? Really?
Yeah. And then she just started a conversation. I didn't even know what was happening. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's what you just did.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, some people, I know women be like, you should just say hi. I'm like,
I barely even know that people notice me, honestly. Like especially in Vancouver, where people barely look at you. I'm like, they don't even know I'm here. Like I'm just,
like,
I float in the background. Even though I'm loud, I float in the background. So.
This man is lying. He's the hardest person to miss. Because when you're on set, the dude is talking to each and everyone. Like, how does this guy know everybody here?
Yeah.
Somehow.
I don't know.
See? So next time you tell yourself I'm here in the background. Nah, we see you.
We see you.
What is your biggest failure and what did you learn from it?
School. Dropping out of school was my biggest failure. Not high school, post-secondary education. That was my biggest failure. And what I learned from it is you can accept an L and bounce back. You can take a loss and make the best out of it and recover quickly.
Very nice. All right.
Yeah.
And what advice would you give someone who wants to pursue a life similar to you?
Similar to mine. Oh, you need a lot of patience. You need to just be mentally strong, genuinely, and you need to just have an open mind to everything and look at life through a back road, more or less. Don't look at the path that everybody else is taking. Just sit down and just build your own path. See what makes sense for you. Be creative.
Yeah.
Do something different, but don't do something different for the sake of being different. Just be like, what would be fun for me? Look at life as a game and make it fun, because that's what I did.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Life is a game.
Life is a game until you die.
It's like until you die on those streets.
Yes.
In a different world.
Do your estate planning to prepare yourself for your death. I need to do that.
This question will probably vibe with you. What's the difference between being happy and being content?
Oh my God. I've been struggling with that for a while. Being content is being in a place where you've done your part. You've brought yourself where you want to be, and you're just chilling. You're willing to just, coast, vibe with what you got. If life ended that day, you'll be okay. You'll be chilling.
Yeah.
Being happy is more so, I think, something that's in the moment, where you always want to be doing something to keep you happy, because when you're not currently happy, you're probably content. So that's I think that's how I feel. When I'm actively traveling, that's when I'm happy.
Yeah.
When I'm living, probably living in Vancouver, I'm content. But you know what? I'm content, but I'm actually not happy. So you can be happy and content, and you can be content and unhappy.
Oh, I like that answer.
Yeah.
What things get better as you age?
It's a good question. Wow. Maybe I don't even have an answer for this. Well, considering I'm not very old, I think I'll base it on when I was a teenager to now as an adult. I think life gets more interesting, because you start caring less and less and less. You start understanding more and more what it is you want and what you don't want. So life can become just more fun. You don't have to worry about all the little things that is happening. You just worry about what it is you need.
All right. And from all your travels, what's the most valuable things you think everyone should know?
Know how to understand people, know how to understand people's perspectives and their background. Give people respect of their existence. I think that's really important, because there's just so many humans, there's so many of us from all over the world. Everyone's got a story.
Yeah.
And you should take some time to listen to people talk, because you could honestly learn from them. They could help you. They could change your life. Anything. It could be a kid even.
Yeah.
You never know. So give people a chance.
All right. So then, I have his final question. I'll ask you at the end, but this one is more of so when a guest comes, they leave a question for the next guest who they do not know. So it's just a random question. So the last guest said, when you die, what do you want your family, your friends, and your community to say about you? And what are you doing to make them say that?
I want everybody to know that I tried. I tried the best as I could. I put in the work, and I hope that it was all worth something. I hope that after I'm gone, that everything I did can still continue to bear fruit. And I want people to know that I genuinely put myself on the line always. And what am I doing to make that happen? It's clear. Everything I do in my everyday life, my nonprofit especially, that one is strictly for the community to make a difference when I'm gone. And my chase for wealth and finance, most of the reasons why I learned about money, why I'm so passionate about finance, is for the fam. And I want them to be set. I want to be one of the first people in my family to create generational wealth. And that's going to happen one way or another.
With that, respect that. And the fortunate thing for you is there were two people in that podcast. And the second question is, what have you done or will do to safeguard this planet?
What will I do to save this planet?
Yeah, safeguard this planet.
Oh, I mean, look, I want to say I'm doing my part. Okay, I'm pretty minimalistic. I'm a thrifter. I don't buy new clothes. I like to reuse things. I don't waste food. Like I'm very environmentally conscious. And even in terms of eating meat, I don't eat that much meat. So I think I'm doing my part. Is it going to save the planet? Probably not.
Yeah.
But at least I tried to help save the planet.
Okay.
And that's it. And then I'm going to die, and that's going to be less humans on Earth.
All right. And then this is your opportunity to ask the next guest a question. So any question you have, someone you do not know.
Why are you here?
Okay.
Yeah. What is the reason for you existing?
Okay. Well, I like that you brought that up. Keep it in mind. All right. So then the next question is there any question that you would like to be asked that I did not ask you throughout this podcast?
I think because a lot of people struggle in Vancouver in terms of money, I would love to jump into the finances part of everything, because it honestly ties everything together with how I was able to do most of what I do. And, and Vancouver is expensive. So
The first question will be, how do you survive in the city?
yeah.
How do you make money?
How do we make money?
Yeah.
So how do I make money?
Yeah, no, not how you, because we know how you make money. You already told us. But I'm saying, like, from a financial perspective, a lot of people are struggling, speaking of that. Like, we're in a recession, and I think Vancouver
Times are real tough.
Yeah, times are real tough, and it's Vancouver. That's like times 10.
Yeah. When I moved, I used to live in Langley, which is, when I moved to Vancouver, I knew that if I came here, I would hustle till my death, because Vancouver is no game. And basically, I wanted to be financially literate. I wanted to learn how money works, learn how to save money. And so I'd go